To work with you, always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, we have Saul Alvarez. This is Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is
one of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
Did you feel that energy? Did you hear that beat in the music? If anything's going to get you ready for a fight, it's that.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait. And there's the bell for round one. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked out. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Miss with that jab. They exchange punches. Both men step back for just a moment. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
You're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford. Here we go. It's round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fight has a real good flow to it. They have no respect for each other's punching power. There's a counter shot. Catch and shoot. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Punch, counter punch. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nope, that hook won't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. last round? Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Missing with that jab. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab won't score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
There's the bell for round 4. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
He scores with the counter. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want, because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get so angry, so frustrated. Because
you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to
win the round on each other.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
counter punches have to hurt. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Missing with that right hook. Can't land that jab. How about that timed counter shot? Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than you do.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Defense is not an option for these two. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know what, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bo, ring.
On to the 6th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The perfect counter lands. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punching. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
The bell sometimes...
Here we go. It's round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Punch caught him clean. A perfect counter shot. That counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. Holding nothing back here in the round. Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Going to need a knockout.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
You had everything in the bag. Now you've let him back into it.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Now, I don't want you to load
Your mind, bud. Get your focus back.
And we enter the 8th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Well done with that counter shot. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Can't land the jab there. So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.